Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. It really just depends if you're new here or not. If you are new here, hello, hi, how are you doing? But with that being said, y'all, we're going to be talking about some miscellaneous moments that Eugenia Cooney's done over the past few days. If I do sound different in this video, I apologize. I'm having a lot of sinus issues, so I'm struggling, bottom line. Before we do actually dive into the content, oh my god, I'm struggling. We're going to do a quick PSA. So, basically, I did this before for a brief period of time. Some of y'all liked it, some of y'all didn't like it, but I think I'm going to incorporate it back into my channel. Not in every video, but in some of my videos. I'm going to bring gameplay back. I tried it for a little bit, and people were like, no, I don't like this, I'm not fucking with it, but I do apologize. It is what it is, and I'm going to start adding gameplay for my commentary segments on here, so not all the videos, again, but just some of them. Why I want to do this is because I personally have a hard time staying on track and keeping my attention on certain videos, and I know whenever I add my commentary, I'll typically just copy the clip again and mute that clip so I can add my commentary, and that might be boring to some of you guys. So, I was going to say, if you want to, a chance to be featured in some of these videos, if you do have a PlayStation or Xbox, depending what games are cross-platform, if y'all want to add me on PSN, then when I'm online, y'all can hop online with me, it just depends, and y'all can have a chance to be featured in some of that content. I hope that makes sense, but if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section, and I can try to add a little bit more clarity, because like I said, my sinuses are stuffed up, so that means my mind's not going to be working how I want it to be working. But with that being said, we're going to be diving into some miscellaneous clips of Eugenia Cooney. She forgot her home country, and that's really all I have to say about it. So with that being said, let's just dive right into it. Just for some context. Just for some context to that clip, y'all. The Love Eugenia Cooney channel has been uploading AI songs and AI videos of Eugenia Cooney, and it's Missy Ma'am is mentally derailing because I don't know where or why this person is uploading a bunch of AI Eugenia Cooney stuff, but it's the way when the car bumped that little leg and you just heard it it made me cackle. But for real now, let's dive into the content.
And 420 over there? Wow. Guys, I'm in the East Coast, in the US. Oh my gosh. Did I seriously just forget what country I live in? Wow.
There's been some moments in the past where she's been pretty ditzy, forgets certain things, and it's like, how did you forget that? Or why are you stumbling to answer this? It's the easiest thing ever. But it's understandable, okay? Sometimes your mind can go blank. Sometimes you will forget some of the most basic shit ever, but the country you reside in, that's just a whole different ballgame. Anyways, I made a video a while ago talking about Deb basically quizzing Eugenia. Oh my god. Bitch. I just thought about a moment, and I'm glad I thought about this, because I wanted to react to this video a week ago when I first seen it, and I just completely forgot about it. So I'm literally jotting that down so I can remember. It's a surprise, and I'll catch y'all in a short video with it very shortly. But I understand not remembering everything, but this is just bizarre, you know? There was a video where Deb basically quizzed Eugenia Cooney on well, some of the questions were very weird. It was about senators and certain things like that, and it's that's typically not what they ask you in school and for quizzes about the senators and whatnot, but whatever. She asked her a bunch of educational type questions, and Eugenia nailed some of them, shockingly, but then there were some where it was this is basic education, and Deb was just cheering her on yeah, you failed miserably, but I'm proud of you for trying.
And I should have knew. Ah! Oh my gosh. What is that? There might be a wasp in my room. Oh my gosh. Okay, everybody, good night. I love you guys. I'll be fine. Don't worry. I'm just gonna try to escape.
This was one of those moments. Y'all know how Deb kind of Eugenia will call Deb if something's going wrong and be like, yo, I need your help with this. And Deb will just like appear with that whole cleaning bucket and just get to do whatever needs done. This is one of those moments where I was like, I was so shocked Deb wasn't watching her stream, heard Eugenia talking about this bumblebee, and just ran in there all geared out and decked out, ready to fight the bumblebee or the wasp, whatever the hell. I'm not a bee expert. A bee is a bee to me. And I know there's going to be a couple people in the comment section who's going to swoop in and be like, oh, you're so uneducated. You don't know the different species of bees. Comment away because it helps me with algorithm. But anyway, there's this next little moment that we're going to be diving into some darker shit. I just want to make this intro kind of like lighthearted, you know, like laughy. There's this next moment where she wears those spiky socks that she wears, not typically, but she's wore them a lot in the past. It has like all those big spikes at the top of them. She ended up just like slamming her hand down and just getting a cut on it.
It's easy to share the live out. You just press that little arrow button down there and you can share out the live. Oh, how did I cut my hand? Oh, guys, it's because of my spiky socks. Well, guys, if you wear spikes, be careful. I was like, ow, my hand kind of hurts. I'm like, that's why. But yeah, but it's okay. Ayo!
Ayo, Eugenia's public service announcement. If you wear spikes, don't forget they're spiky. Some 10 out of 10 advice. Thank you for that, because you know what? We would have just put on some spikes, not expecting that they would hurt us. Who would have thought spikes would be spiky? Anyways, y'all remember how I said the beginning of the video is just going to be lighthearted because it's going to get a little bit dark. Yeah, well, it's about to get dark now, so if you are not in the mental headspace to be watching this type of content, I don't even know how to give the proper trigger warning for it because it's going to be like a little bit everywhere, but if you're just not in a mental headspace to watch this type of content today or talk about certain heavier topics, please click off of the video and just protect your own mental well-being. But with that being said, we reacted to a video a few days ago where Eugenia was basically saying, don't trust commentary channels, they're just mean, hateful bullies, we're lying. And myself and a lot of other commentary channels have called out the flashing that she would do in her content and still continues to do to this day, even though she was called out for it multiple times in the past by multiple creators, and even people in her audience were calling it out. There was adults calling it out, kids calling it out, and then she ended up getting temporarily demonetized and age restricted over here on TikTok for, I want to say, a little bit of everything of the above of the content that she puts out there. 1, glamorizing Sia, 2, flashing, 3, inappropriate discussions on the live streams. But she got demonetized, in my opinion, for a little bit of everything that she's done. Anyways, after that video of her flashing, and it wasn't like her, like, it was a very discreet flash, but nonetheless, everybody did get flashed, and it was probably not the best moment for everybody, you know, to be looking at that. But myself and a lot of other channels had called her out, basically. She was like, oh, BRB, I'm gonna go wet my beauty blender. And when she stood up, she lifted her jacket, and, like, her shorts were just way up there. Y'all know, y'all get it, okay? I'm not gonna keep traumatizing people from that situation, but we talked about it and we called her out for it. And I was like, this is very gross, very negligent on her end, because she was bumming when she got that age restriction and demonetization. She was like, I don't really know what I did wrong, but I did something wrong. They're just not telling me what I did wrong. It made it seem like she just had no freaking idea as to what was going on. And she would make a series of TikTok videos talking about it. She made a little bit of a series of live stream events where she would go live and talk a little bit about it, but then she would end the live stream because she couldn't get proper donations. So she would just leave the live stream early. And bottom line, she knows what she did wrong. But in this last video where she did a flash, she ended up coming into the live stream and saying, oh, like, I didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't trying to do anything. Yeah, people are just saying that just to say it. And, you know, I try to promote, I want everybody to be healthy and happy, and I myself am working on being healthy and happy, and a whole bunch of just nonsense, basically. And we reacted it in, wasn't the last video, it was like 2 or 3 videos ago. That was the last Eugenia Cooney video that I made. And in that video as well, we also talked about how basically her numbers have been going down. She's getting less viewership and less engagement as far as the likes and comments go on her videos. The likes are usually less than the comments at this point, but the comments have been more aware than they typically are. It's typically a lot of people, and I've been saying this in my content, if you hype her up or just like, not just that, but certain things you say towards Eugenia, that can be considered as enablement, okay? You can't look at Eugenia, who's extremely malnourished and just getting worse in this condition, and be like, keep doing you, girl. Like, you're beautiful. Just ignore the haters. Because that's kind of reaffirming to her that mindset of, oh, I'm doing okay, even though I'm slowly unaliving myself because I have people telling me I'm doing okay, and it looks like I'm doing okay. So if it looks like I'm doing okay, I might really be doing okay. That's just a part of all the people who are enabling this. And I've said it in multiple videos. And this is the comment section of one of her church videos where she will go to a church, sit outside, and then use her mom's phone to pull up a quote or a Bible verse and then read it to us and act like she's like really in tune and in depth with, yeah, whatever. But anyway, people have been waking up to this, and even her comment sections, people are saying, in order to achieve this, you must love and protect yourself first. Like, hello, Eugenia. And then somebody else said, before caring about other people, you must love and care about yourself first. I know you can do it. Like, come on. And I think people are starting to realize that these little cutesy videos where she's trying to preach positivity isn't really truthful. They're not meaningful. It's just something she's doing for content for that day. And as soon as she leaves the church and goes home and goes back on a live stream, she's spewing the same toxicity that she always does, and that church did not even affect her that day. Basically, the point I'm trying to make before we watch this last video that is going to end up wrapping up the content in this one today, that did not make sense, but just bear with me here. Before we get into the video that I initially wanted to react to the most today, I just wanted to say, this is like proof almost that this Missy ma'am is not going to change. She does not want to change. She does not give a fuck at the end of the day. She thinks it's fine. It is what it is. She does not care about the people she harms. She'll never fully take accountability. She'll just make a quick video or a skit, as I want to call them, because that's really all it is at this point, a skit she's putting on, and address it for a few seconds, but not really fully address it. Like I said in one of my last videos, she talks just to talk and doesn't really put anything behind those words, and then moves forward and expects people to forget about it. And a majority of people do forget about it because they just enable her, and they're just like, okay, whatever, yeah, let's keep going. February 5th of this year, it was January where she was demonetized, age restricted. I'm not sure the exact dates, but it was around that time. And then February, she came back and uploaded a video, and it was interesting. And we're going to be reacting to that to wrap out this video because it just proves that she's continued the same repetitive behavior and will apologize for it every now and then just nothing, just not change. I'm sorry, y'all, my nasally sinuses and my sick brain is just, like I said, I don't feel well today, so I'm not able to properly relay my thoughts to y'all, so I hope y'all get it. But with that being said, let's just react to this video that she posted a long time ago, back in February, talking about some certain things.
Guys, so I just kind of wanted to come on here and say that I'm sorry that I haven't really been posting or been around. There's kind of just been like a lot going on, and honestly, I just haven't really been like feeling like mentally up to it, I guess, right now. Some of you guys might have seen or figured out that there's been like some pretty big changes to my account right now. And first of all, I just want to be clear that, like, you know, I respect TikTok's decision and everything, and I'm really sorry for anything that I may have accidentally done wrong, like on my end. And yeah, I guess today I just kind of wanted to like talk about some of that stuff. So I guess right now, just like with all of this, like I just really haven't been feeling like that great mentally. I know like there'll be some people that, you know, will get kind of mad at me not being around and think like I'm trying to scare people or like whatever, but that's really not the case. And the people that, you know, actually do care and stuff, like thank you guys. I really do appreciate that a lot. That's just kind of like a lot of this like happening like so suddenly, and this app has been such a big part of my life like this last year. Pretty much I feel like all of my friends are on here, and getting to like connect with them and connect with people, it's honestly just been like the most fun and happiest that I've been online in like literally years.
Okay, so if y'all have been following my journey covering Eugenia Cooney content, like if you've been here from the beginning, which I don't know how many of y'all have been here from the beginning, but a good few of y'all have been here from the beginning, then you will see that when I first started covering her, I was covering this story that she took this internet hiatus and people were thinking she was in recovery. And I was like, wow, really? Hold on. Wait, why? And I kind of hopped on the bandwagon of covering her because I was like, this would be an incredible thing. I didn't know what was really going on. I just seen all the stories and I was like, hey, let's make a video because this would be huge if she was actually doing that. Just to find out she wasn't at all, okay? Then I kind of switched up like my focus point on covering her because a lot of y'all, which is why I cover her anymore still, it's because a lot of y'all are very curious as to what's going on and the whole story and keeping up with her to see what's gonna happen. And so that's why I've been covering it, because y'all are very curious. I'm very curious. We all want answers, to certain things. And since I've been covering her, and I also watched her on and off throughout the years, like she would just pop up randomly on YouTube one day and I'm like, what the hell is this? And from following her and seeing some moments that's happened on Twitch, it's like one of those things where it's like, this outcome was inevitable. You cannot build a career for yourself, flashing people, showing various parts of your body that you should not be showing on stream, and glamorizing a deadly disorder. Like this was the outcome for a really long time. But to see her avoid accountability to this extent whenever she posted this video back in February, it was like, are you kidding me? You're sorry for anything that you may have accidentally done, but it wasn't on purpose. I was like, you just apologized and then said 3 times in the same sentence that you may have but didn't do it. Accidentally, I didn't do it on purpose. Could have possibly, I didn't do it. Done. I was like, what the fuck? Then she went on to talk about how TikTok was the best time of her life. And honestly, it probably was, because she was making a lot more money than she was monetized on either Twitch or YouTube itself. So I understand she was probably having a good time. She gets to live battle and also get a shit ton of money while doing so. But then she went on this bullshit story about how all her friends are on TikTok and she just really misses talking to them and battling them. If they were really your friends, you would have their phone numbers or be able to FaceTime them. A real friendship isn't a one-way street and strictly for monetary gain, which is what I've talked about Jeffrey has done with Eugenia. Where was he, in this demonetization time? Jeffrey was like, yeah, I talked to her and she's doing okay. She's just having a hard time. She's doing okay. Yeah, I talked to her. Then Eugenia made this video saying how I just miss my friends. I miss talking to them. I miss doing live streams. I miss seeing people. It really made it seem like she wasn't talking to any of these alleged friends that she claims. And I said this in a prior video. If you really miss them, call them, text them, FaceTime them. And Jeffrey made it seem like they were chit-chatting away. And Eugenia in this video is like, yeah, I miss them. Haven't talked, haven't seen them.
Like, especially where, like, I kind of had no warning with, like, anything to do with this.
Mind you, it was prior to this moment. I haven't seen her account get banned in a while, but it was prior to this moment here, this video. The age restriction and demonetization happened, but then prior to that, she was getting banned left and right. Like, it's like you would wake up, see her account gone, an hour later it's back up and running, y'all. I've even made short videos talking about, oh, Eugenia's account was temporarily banned or suspended today. And then people be like, no, it's up and running. Like, by the time I post the video, it'd already be back. She has had multiple bans and reports sent against her account. She knew this was coming, but she did not care to change her behavior and the content because TikTok would just award her account back. She thought she was untouchable. So, like I said, she continued this very shitty behavior, flashing on camera and having really gross discussions that should not be online for really anybody, but for especially younger viewers to see. Then acted like this was such a shock. They never warned me. They never told me. I did not even know that this was possibly going to happen. I did not know this was even possible. Eugenia, it's happened for months at this point, up until you finally got that age restriction.
It just kind of was, like, very sudden. I just kind of, I guess, feel like, I don't know, like I've been feeling pretty low. So I'm so sorry if this video is a mess. But I feel like me just kind of like sitting in my room being sad isn't really doing any good either. So that's why I did just kind of want to, like, at least try to make something for you guys. In the future, I want to just kind of like try to do things better and say that I'm sorry about videos that I think when I've put out, I wasn't really maybe like thinking much about. Looking back, I'm just kind of trying to like reflect on things.
Notice that jump cut there, and I've said this before, she tries to take accountability, and I'm just saying tries. I really don't think she's ever really wanting to take accountability or meaning to do that. Like, it's not her intention. She just does it to shut people up for a little while, okay? So she's making this video where she's like, okay, so I'm gonna, like, looking back at my content, I'm just gonna try to move forward without posting content that, like, and thinking about, and there was that jump cut there, because if she would have said, oh, looking back at that content, I'm gonna try to stop doing, oh, but if I say that, then that's me admitting to the fact that I'm aware I've done it. So she can't say she's aware she's done it, because then that would go back on the whole intro of this video for anything that I could have possibly accidentally done wrong. Because I don't know what it is, but I see it.
Things and just think of like, ways or videos that I can do better, like on my end. And I just always do want to be clear to everybody that I never would mean any harm. That's never my intention. I guess a lot of the time I've just kind of seen it as like people just kind of like judging me about how I look, or like maybe not as big of a deal as like how some people would like take what I'm putting out sometimes. I guess right now, I'm just kind of trying to like work on myself and like see what I can do better, and hopefully not put out anything that could be like considered like triggering or like bad for anyone, because like it's really never my intention to like try to do that.
This is a very interesting word choice, Eugenia. Very interesting. Because she talked about in the beginning of this video, I don't know why the hell, I don't know why they age restrict me. I don't know why I'm demonetized. They didn't give me a reason. I don't know. Then she's sitting here like, well, I did my own independent research and I went back through my content and I don't want to post anything that could be potentially triggering to anybody. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And the fact that you are sitting here saying, well, I don't know what I did wrong, and then saying in the same video, well, I just don't want to put out triggering content anymore. Moving forward, I'm going to try to do better with not triggering people. Honestly, take it how you will with anything she's ever said in the past, but her saying, well, moving forward, I don't want to put out content that could be triggering to anybody, is the most accountability and owning up to the situation that she's ever done in her life, period. Just saying the word triggering to people, we know, we've been saying it. So it's very interesting that you're sitting here saying you don't know what you did, but also saying, yeah, I don't want to trigger people anymore. Oh, but she said it just to get back on TikTok's good side, so yeah.
This has kind of been like the only place that I've kind of felt like accepted, like in so long online, and kind of like where people will treat me as a person. So that's why, like, I noticed some people, they might be like, this isn't even a big deal, like she's going on about this, but just to me, where like I've honestly felt pretty alone in things for a really long time. And this app has just kind of really made me feel more accepted and stuff like that. So just kind of having like so much, it feels like taken from me so suddenly.
Also, it's interesting because you're saying that the staff made you feel accepted. For you. You don't have to change to be on our platform, Eugenia. You're just another user on our platform. We're going to treat you how we do every other user. That includes when you put out harmful content, we're going to end up banning and suspending your account, but then also age restricting or demonetizing your account, depending on the content that you're putting out there and to the extent that you do it. And that's what happened. And she's like, yeah, I respect their decision for demonetizing me, even though they didn't tell me why I was age restricted or demonetized. They just kind of pulled the rug out from under my feet, and then sitting here and saying, oh, those staff who pulled the rug from under my feet made me feel so accepted. They make me feel loved here. Again, just another like, it's interesting. Anyways, I had said in my last video that she is, at this point, speed running another age restriction and demonetization with the content she's putting out there, especially getting back to flashing her audience. Okay, it's going to end up happening again soon. And with that being said, I wanted to react to this video because when it does happen again, and it's inevitable, just like the last time it happened, it was inevitable. She's going to put out another bullshit apology response video to the situation, just like the one we just witnessed. literally admitted that you don't want to move forward making content that triggers anybody, knowing your content was triggering people, and then just fell back into the same pattern of behavior as soon as you did get your account back. When this happens again, she's going to come out with another bullshit video, like I just said, saying, the rug was pulled out from under my feet again. I don't know why this happened. People are just haters, bullies, internet, Twitter finger thugs. They just talk shit about me because the whole purpose just to talk shit about somebody and bring them down. I just want to put happy, positive, healthy content out there. But also admitted your content triggers people, and you have not changed the content you've been putting out there. So y'all, to wrap up this video, like I said, whenever she does get age restricted again for flashing her underage and teenage audience, she's going to come out with another video just like this, like, I don't know what happened. But also admitted that she doesn't want to trigger people. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts and opinions about anything we just discussed in this video today, and I will catch y'all in the next damn video. I'm going to go drink a bunch of really hot tea and to take some Thermaflu because I feel like I'm dying. And with that being said, bye.